won the chip and still would have left if it's that bad with him and Pat.
Because they really wasn't really getting along towards the end. Like in that third season they weren't getting along at all.
They weren't getting along when he got there. They didn't get along.
Well, when he got there, it's different when you don't have no rings and you just getting there. You gonna do what you.
Oh, that don't mean nothing to LeBron. LeBron thought
belly starts getting full.
LeBron thought he was God's gift to the earth.
Bigger. It's a whole different ball.
He was playing with Wade and Bosh. So, and I mean, he had his issues with Pat, but it was like he wanted those rings really bad because he haven't won in Cleveland.
It's different when you coming in with no. You know what I mean? But
remember the way he came in, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Like remember the way he came in. So
yeah, but
he was willing to do that.
Dog, and what Cleveland was doing was smart because they were using those picks for collateral for insurance. That's how you trade Wiggins and Bennett. But believe me, LeBron is one of those sly foxes. Why you think he's in the Players Union? He's one of those sly foxes that.
Okay, but I'm telling you, dog, the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't know he was coming back until after that championship because Kyrie basically heard reports. He heard right. Kyrie heard.
What's up, Brian? Finally.
What's up with you, baby?
Man, we got. But Sledge, Kyrie was not. He heard the rumors and rumblings. He was not finna to sign a contract extension. He was finna leave, and that's what I'm saying. They lied to Kyrie saying that they didn't know about him coming back. But after that championship, LeBron James was contacting them. But during the season, do I believe he was contacting them? Yes, I believe. But I don't believe that they knew right then and there he was coming, because if they won the championship, I just do not see LeBron leaving. Maybe that following season.
That was not a set in stone thing that he was going back to Cleveland.
Right.
That was like I said, him and Pat Riley were at
hypothetically, if he would have won, technically it would have been back-to-back championships. So he would have had the opportunity to go for his little Jordan moment with a three-peat, because it would have been back-to-back 2013, 2014.
Well, he been willing to re-sign.
Opportunity to put the stamp on it.
Yep.
Would he be willing to sign for 4 more years though with Pat Riley?
I think he would have did a year to year. He would have did a year to year. He would have did a 2 year.
Signed to Cleveland and been out in 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? A 30-year player option or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So really like a 2-year deal.
Yeah, 2-year deal. Yep.
Yeah. But then again, with this bump from Cleveland, it doesn't matter, contracts, signing in paper. You can sign in blood with this dude. It don't matter. They'll rearrange and reorganize some shit just to appease him.
I give LeBron James credit as far as with the contracts are concerned, with the 2-year deals.
I don't because he destroyed the market. He killed the market by signing those 2-year deals.
I'll give him credit along these lines. Look at Scottie Pippen. Scottie signed that when he first came on to the Bulls, signed that long-term contract.
Oh, that was his dumbass, big nose ass fault.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this: like, if you're trying to make your money and you want to get a feel for what the ownership is doing for you, you're saying, okay, you believe in me as being a star, and you say you want to build a team around me. Okay, let me sign this short-term deal. With the second year, I can opt out.
Okay, but that's Scottie Pippen, Sledge. You can't compare Scottie Pippen to no LeBron James. That's
the same player.
Scottie Pippen in the late 80s.
Right.
One nigga got more club than the other.
Okay, but
like Scottie Pippen signed that contract out of desperation.
Right. Right.
And to be honest, a lot of people was advising Scotty not to sign that contract.
Right, exactly.
A lot of his advisors were telling him, don't sign it. It's too long. You know what I'm saying?
He did it for the security.
He wanted to sign it for security.
Correct.
Yep, he did it for the security.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yep, security.
Right. In his mind, he basically re-signed because he thinking that he wasn't going to get a big contract.
Right, because he's Scottie
So
Pippen.
that nigga got shook pretty much, so he signed whatever he could.
Right, but that's the point that I'm making as far as the contracts are concerned. Instead of having these owners hold you to an X amount of years, you have a little bit of leverage by saying, you know what, wait a minute, if I'm here on this team and I'm seeing things that I don't like, and I give you my input and I don't see any change, I should have the right to opt out. And
that's not business. That's not business, Sledge.
All it takes is one knee injury.
Yeah, and you done. So you need those contracts like that.
You gotta gamble on yourself sometimes.
Okay, but not like that, dog. Not like that, because you got to think about it. Look what happened to Dak Prescott. Look what happened to Dak Prescott. Right. Look what happened to Dak Prescott. Dak got hurt. If it wasn't for Dallas looking so trash without him, Dak wasn't finna get that contract with him. That's just facts. They would have let him walk.
I mean, how many times do you hear that shit happen all the time? Somebody get injured in their contract year, get a major injury in their contract year, and they take that shit off the table and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Butler was already signed to a big deal. He got traded from Chicago.
If you look at the first deal, Jimmy Butler was in the last year of his deal and refused to sign the re-up.
Right, when he went to Minnesota. He got traded to Minnesota.
No, before the Minnesota trade. This the second big contract that he got after his rookie deal.
Right.
He gambled on himself and got paid. Then after that, he got traded to Minnesota. 2 years later.
Yeah.
But again, Jimmy bet on himself and it paid off.
But he still had a pretty long.
Yeah, but Sledge, same thing though. Wade took the same contract LeBron got, but Wade got hurt.
Yep.
And Pat Riley was not about to pay Wade
all
that money. That's why Wade went to Chicago.
Yep. Guess what? He made what? $50 million.
Actually, yeah, but then he got screwed because he opted out and got paid less to go play with LeBron.
But he screwed himself. The Bulls were willing to pay him $25 million. The Bulls were willing to pay him $25 million.
Because it's the Bulls, Sledge. It's the Bulls. I'm sorry. It's like my Magic. It's just like the Magic. They make dumb decisions. Okay, but I wasn't at that time. I'm being honest. I would not have paid that much money for D Wade. I'm sorry. He got hurt and he's shown that he can't stay healthy. That's why I rather take Paul Pierce, his career, more than D Wade. Because Paul Pierce was way more healthier. Way more healthier than D Wade. He was. He was. He was way more healthier. And the guy had a great career. He was better than D Wade. He was better all around player. Yes, he was. Paul Pierce was. Yes.
Oh my God, no way.
Yes, he was. He was better than D Wade. Paul Pierce, go back and look at Paul Pierce's career. He had a better career than D Wade. Before D Wade had that great season, he was hurt for the last 3-4 years. Paul Pierce, since Paul Pierce been in the league, from 2000, since Paul Pierce been in the league from like 2000 all the way on to 2010 to 11 and 12, he's had way better seasons than D Wade. He did. He did. And I watched both of these guys.
Having better players around him.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did not have better players around him. Stop that. No, he didn't. 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 No.
06 Miami Heat was full of retirees. What are we talking
Dude,
about?
before that team, Dwayne Wade had Eddie Jones. He had Jermaine O'Neal. He had all these guys on the team. Udonis Haslem. What are you talking about? All Paul Pierce had was Antoine Walker. He ate himself out the league. What the hell is you talking about? Paul Pierce was all Boston. He was all Boston. That's all Boston had was him. Miami had. Then you brought Shaq over there. And you still had Gary Payton. You had Jay Williams. You had Alonzo Mourning off the bench of that team. You had James Posey. You had James Posey and all these guys on your team. The only teams that he had that were great was those Celtic teams. That's it, the later part of his career.
I'm from California, bro. Let me tell you this. I'm from California. They had a kid on the Celtics who was from Cali named Gabe Pruitt. That's how bad they were. You never even heard of this cat if you're not from California. They had Gabe Pruitt on the Celtics, bro. They were trash. Paul had nobody.
I don't even remember that.
I mean, look, Miami had the. Sorry, Miami.
Yeah, he played like 12 games.
Look, Miami had guys that were at the end of their careers. You talking about Alonzo Mourning, Shaq is at the end
all Paul Pierce ever had for years. Hold on, all Paul Pierce had for years was fucking Antoine Walker, dad.
Right.
That was right. From Chicago.
He wasn't that good though. What are you talking about? He was a decent role player.
Can you even name another player that Paul Pierce had on that team?
Didn't they have
Eric Williams.
Later on?
They get dead-eye. They had the nigga dead-eye, dad. That nigga Eric Williams had like one false eye and shit, dad. That nigga dead-eye.
Right.
For real, that nigga got a false eye and shit, dog.
Dog, when they traded for KG and Ray Allen, they had like 3 key players left on that team. They traded the whole team for those 2 players.
Right. Because that team was trash that he was on. If they didn't get, because Paul Pierce was asking for a trade that year because he got tired of losing. So Danny Ainge brought in Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett.
Bro, before that, Paul Pierce had Tom Gugliotta.
Right. It's like, come on, stop it. Dwayne Wade done played with way more better talent than him.
Wasn't nobody checking for Ray Allen anymore. Everybody was
right.
writing him off.
People were writing him off. Yeah, exactly, Uncle Frank. I remember that. Everybody said Ray was done at that point. Everybody said he was done with.
All 3 of them niggas was done. Frank right though. I can't think of anybody else who was on that Boston team. Like under the
they had Delonte West one year. That was it. Off the bench. He was like the 9th or 10th guy.
Yeah, those teams are terrible.
Tony Allen was a rookie this year, man. Tony Allen. I'm looking at
Wayne had I think Wayne had Jermaine O'Neal at one point. Sean Marion.
Yeah, Gerald Green was on Ron Butler. Got drafted in the league. They had Gerald Green for a minute.
Dude, he had Caron Butler. At that point, that was Caron Butler's first year in being not a rookie. It was his first year. And Dwayne Wade was a rookie that year. They had Eddie Jones. They had Lamar Odom. They had Bimbo Coles back there for veteran leadership. Dog, they had a good team. Paul Pierce came into Boston. Boston ain't been shit since the early 90s when he came in. Miami was always in the playoffs in the 90s and the 2000s. They just lost them 3 years after they were in the playoffs when Alonzo had that heart problem. And then that's when they start going down, and then they got D Wade in 03. They took off because remember, they traded Eddie Jones and them over there to Miami.
Yeah, for Shaq.
Right, Well, no, not for Shaq. It was from, who was it for? Glenn Rice. Because Glenn Rice was on the Heat. Eddie Jones was traded. Right, they had Glenn Rice on the team. Right, them 3 years, And then that's when, and I think they got some draft picks. That's what turned into D Wade. They added him to the team. That team surprised the hell out of everybody. because because D Wade was that guy, and then you had Eddie Jones there who was guarding all the tough assignments. He would guard Kobe and all of them. You had Lamar Odom who was running the point forward. He was doing that way before Bron was, since Rhode Island. And then you had Caron Butler, who was just a killer, coming hitting them shots, mid-range, three, wherever you needed them. They had a decent team. And then they added Shaq the following year.
Right.
So I'm saying.
You had Jason Williams on that team.
Niggas forget about prime Paul Pierce, dog.
Oh my God, they forget about him, dog. Yeah.
Bro, go watch 2005 Paul Pierce, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I watched Paul Pierce a lot.
Pierce is a game-winning shot. That's right, bro.
I fuck with Paul Pierce. It just is what it is. I fucks with Wade, nigga.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's cool. Nobody said that. You ain't have
backlash when you said that.
LB, Dwayne Wade ain't better than Paul Pierce.
I mean, I feel you, but dog, I mean, just for me watching the game, dog, I just choose Paul Pierce.
Never.
Paul Pierce, to me, Paul Pierce was hitting bigger shots.
Too big and too skilled for him, bro.
Right, way too skilled.
Down, bro. Come on, bro.
This is way to go back and watch these Celtics games, like in the 2000s, like when Wade got there, like 05, 06, all the way up to like what I say 20.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like D Wade came into the league, right? He came in what was the season? 03 to 03 to 04, right? He came in 03 04. From 03 04, then 04 05, 05 06. I give you that. Dwayne Wade was a monster, but from 07 and 08, those two seasons, he was done. He was getting hurt every year. And he got hurt real bad on that 2007 and 8 season. They thought D Wade wasn't ever going to be the same. And then he came back and had that raw-ass Olympic run. Because remember, he killed it in the Olympics. D Wade was killing. We was like, damn, Wade back. Then Wade came back that next season. They went 43 and 39. They lost in the first round, but D Wade was killing that year and the 09, and the 09-010 season. He was killing. Right, he should have been MVP. Right, exactly. But during those 2 years, man, D Wade was not looking like the D Wade we loved, dog. He was looking bad. They thought he was done. And he had to go overseas and show them niggas I'm still D Wade. And I remember D Wade had a hell of that 09 year. He was MVP. I don't care what anybody tell me. He was MVP that year.
He was MVP, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
I'm not about to put 05 Wade and 06 Wade over fucking Paul Pierce. That's Paul Pierce prime. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog.
It was like 02, 03, 04, dog. Like that was like
05, 06.
05, 06, look, you don't.
Yeah,
05, 06.
And I'm not even a fucking bro, and I can't stand both.
05, bro, LB, I'm gonna tell you right now, partner. 05 was Paul Pierce, bro. 05 was Paul Pierce at his prime. He was coming down. He was coming down, crossing Kobe, dunking on Shaq, bro.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
I cannot stand that Boston.
Yes, he was.
I got Wade over him, like straight up, like.
Paul Pierce is better than D Wade, bro. Skip that.
Because Paul Pierce.
And I could probably say Wade had a longer run than Pierce because Pierce just got. After the Celtics run, that was it.
No, Paul Pierce came in 1997, 98. From 98, listen, from 98 all the way to, from 98 all the way to 2013, dog, he was killing Dwayne Wade. He was. From that time to that point.
Niggas gotta watch the games again. Niggas gotta watch the
I watched the games, dude. I watched both of them play. What are you talking about? I watched Paul Pierce at Kansas killing. And everybody was picking that white boy, Raef LaFrance. And I kept telling people, no, nigga, look, Paul Pierce the killer. And everybody was laughing at me. Right.
He was on the Singapore.
Right.
The only reason he's saying that is because Wade is more flashier.
Right, he is. Wade is way more flashier. I agree.
If this nigga's handling Kobe, what make you think he wouldn't handle
No, D Wade was not handling Kobe like no. Paul Pierce was giving Kobe that work. Wade was not dominating on Kobe like that. Stop it. No, he wasn't. No, dog. Paul Pierce was giving Kobe problems.
Hold on, Paul Pierce is a better shooter. Paul Pierce is a better defender.
Yes.
Paul Pierce is a better shooter.
Yes.
Better rebounder. He's a better passer. As a better post game, he's bigger, he's more physical. Paul Pierce,
yes.
Like
Wade's just more athletic, dog. Wade was just more of an athletic guy. And he was faster. And Wade was faster because he had that speed. That's the one thing I give Wade. Wade's speed? Oh my gosh. I've never seen somebody that size. He was the Flash. He was the Flash.
That's what I'm saying, Don. Like he was flashier than Paul Pierce.
Way flashier, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga Paul Pierce used to get buckets, homie.
I'm telling you. And then he be talking trash, and he used to hit big shots. Paul Pierce, I think, hit as many clutch shots as Kobe. He was just as clutch as Kobe. He was hitting, besides Kobe during those runs, Paul Pierce had the same amount of big shots as him. It's just that his teams was trash. He was on the team with Dana Barrows as his point guard, nigga. Come on, man. Like, he ain't have nobody. I'm not even trying to front him. He's not my favorite player, but I had to go back and watch Paul Pierce again, and people were surprised, like, because we watched them all.
Hey, bro, take it from
I used to hate that nigga, man.
Thank you.
That nigga's all fucking... He used to have these old herky-jerky moves.
Right. You be like, these whack-ass moves, but it used to work.
Hesitation moves, slow-mo.
It used to work.
Like Paul Pierce's movements, he was on some fucking
like I do remember like that point in time like where they was in the talks of putting Paul Pierce in that conversation of Iverson, T-Mac, and Kobe. But yeah,
I mean, he was in that conversation.
I mean, well, bro, if he ain't in that conversation, if let's say they're having that conversation in apartment 1A, that nigga's like the next nigga knocking on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll give him that. Who was that nigga? I think it was him, Jason Kidd. Who else was running that like early? You had Steve Francis. He was on. He was hot back then.
Steve Francis, Jason Kidd, Paul Pierce,
Kevin Garnett.
The difference is Paul Pierce is an all-time great, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really look at Francis and Paul Pierce.
Yeah, bro. Look at his era, bro. Like, you know, he really dominated. Like all the other guys compared to him of that era, Sean Marion can't compare him. Who else was a three back then?
I mean, no, you got your T-Max. You got your T-Max, Vince Carter's, you know what I'm saying? Those are all the three matchups and shit.
Vince Carter, that was another one. Melo was another one.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, that's that Wade era and shit. But I mean, like Vince came in 97. You know what I'm saying? Paul Pierce came in 98.
I'm talking like Paul Pierce was like, like where
Tracy McGrady came in
01 to like 04.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that's his. Kobe came in 96. Those are his peers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was right there with all of them niggas for sure.
like him, like Paul Pierce and Dirk Nowitzki, they was in the same class.
Yep.
They were in the same draft class.
Same draft class. Yep.
I remember what that nigga was like. That nigga like double head niggas was coming to school with the double headband two-tone like 01, 02, 03. That nigga
he was a murderer. I
still had T-Mac obviously and Kobe above him, but that nigga Paul got busy.
Man, these niggas are so trash other than like Paul. You know, and they still winning.
I don't remember the New Jersey. It's vague to me because it's been so long. I don't remember the New Jersey and the Celtics games. I don't remember how Vince Carter matched up with Paul Pierce. I don't remember.
You don't remember those, bro? You don't remember those?
I remember the games. You don't remember the Nets game? Exactly what happened. It's been a minute because I haven't watched the game in a while.
Hey, you from the East Coast, bro. I remember them shits like it was yesterday. Maybe it's because I'm from Oakland and Jason Kidd was from Oakland, but I knew that whole Nets team. Jason Kidd, Keith Van Horn, Lucius Harris, all of them.
Kenyon Martin. When Kenyon Martin still on there?
Kerry Kittle.
No, I'm not talking about the team itself. I'm talking about the matchup between when Carter got to New Jersey
He got there.
and Paul Pierce. I'm not talking
I
about
remember all them games.
Yeah, that was a few years later. That was like 05, 06.
That was 04. Vince came in the 03, 04 season.
No. He came in the next year. You know what I'm saying? He came in 05 because they got him in a trade. And that was the year Toronto and him had fell out. They had totally fallen out and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
if I'm not mistaken, they got him after New Jersey went to the finals the first time, right?
That's what I'm telling T.
No. They got them. They got Jason Kidd. I mean, they got Vince Carter the year after they lost to us in the second round and shit. That series went 7 games and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got him the next year. So that was like 05. Yeah, they got him.
Definitely wasn't 05.
And they got him. They got him at the trade deadline or around the trade deadline or something like that. Because fucking Vince Carter had set out most of that year for Toronto because he was like, I'm done here. He was sick of playing in Toronto and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they traded him at the last minute and shit.
Right. I can't put D-Wade in there. I mean, Baron Davis used to get loose on him.
Baron Davis was a fucking killer.
Baron Davis my nigga too, but I'm still not putting him on Wade.
I can't put him on Wade.
No, I ain't
putting him on
Wade. Who the hell putting Baron Davis over Wade?
Only because of injuries.
Who the hell putting Baron Davis over Wade?
Robbie.
Oh God!
I'm not putting him over Wade. I'm just saying.
I'm out, dog. I'm sleep. This dude here.
You gotta calm down.
How the hell you put Baron Davis over D Wade?
I ain't never say that. I said Baron Davis used to work Wade.
Where? Where?
The only thing that happened to Baron Davis was injuries.
Hold up, y'all. Hey, see, I thought you said Baron Davis over D Wade.
Hell no, I ain't say that shit. Whoever said that?
Oh, that was not me. No, that's me.
Man, what the hell you talking about, C-Pen?
That's
nigga, I drank, nigga, but I don't drink that much, nigga. I drink, but I don't drink that much.
Listen. Wait,
real quick. I didn't even know I had my mic muted. I've been screaming at Rob B for like 2 minutes. I didn't even know my mic was muted.
Oh Lord.
But Robbie, but you saying that Baron Davis gave him the word, but mind you, Wade beat Baron Davis in the playoff. Wade was
right on the last second shot.
He was a rookie.
Last second shot.
A lot of these niggas in the league.
Ray was a rookie, so.
Listen, man.
C-Pen, I feel like you disrespected me. Like my boy, you keep teasing me. Like Bernie Mac was saying.
Ain't nobody gonna hear me out saying that Baron Davis, really, his career was just cut short from him.
League disrespect is crazy.
I understand that. Baron Davis, his career was cut short though, but Baron Davis was nice, dog. But can we put Baron Davis over the franchise and them guys, dog? Franchise was better than me than BD.
I can put him over franchise.
You can argue.
I can put him over.
HD, I'm gonna shoot you some bell, Doug. Franchise was better.
Franchise was better than me. Yes, dog. Franchise was a monster, dog. Y'all forget about the franchise.
I watched the franchise back then, but franchise, I would give him the nod, bro. T, it's like a, it's a race, bro. You know what I'm saying? By 1 second, but I would give it to franchise over Baron Davis. He was just a little bit more dynamic with it.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, you can argue either way though.
I think BD was a better shooter.
Even Clippers Baron Davis was dope. Like,
no, Baron Davis was
Baron
raw.
Davis used to have handles out this world, dog. Like,
Yeah, but franchise was raw too with that, man.
I would say overall, overall, I would say Steve Francis is a more he can score at a higher volume, and he's a more creative scorer than Baron Davis.
Right, Baron was a better shooter though.
Would you still say that Baron Davis, like he's better than Baron Davis when Steve went to
Steve was straight in Orlando. He just had those 2 down years. He just had those 2 down years after Coutinho left because he lost his lover. But you know, after that. But before that, franchise was balling. It's the truth.
Back to the 2000s, if you go back and watch the 2000 All-Star game, Steve Francis was always the starter. Baron Davis was always coming off the bench.
That's one of my favorite players back in the day, Steve Francis.
And then think about it, T. Think about it. Before franchise came, Matt Maloney was their point guard. Come on. You gotta think about it, dog.
Yeah, wasn't it the trade? Wasn't it the trade for Francis Coutinho Mobley for Tracy McGrady?
Right. Yeah, that was a trade.
I think it was.
It was. That the lovers went with each other.
Take out you 3-point guards. Stephon Marbury, Francis, or Baron Davis.
Francis, Baron Davis, then Stephon Marbury.
I got Francis. I got Francis. No, well, because Baron Davis got a 3-point shot.
It's Francis, Baron Davis, and then Stephon Marbury. That's the order.
That's right, HD.
That's the order. That's Marbury. As much as I love him, he's not on their level. He's not on those guys' level.
Consider him more athletic than Baron Davis?
That's what I'm saying. I think he's more athletic. I think he's more
very athletic than
Baron. I think
Baron Davis for sure.
I think so.
Oh yeah, no. Baron Davis for a big boy.
Baron was athletic. Yeah, yeah, with that pot belly.
Yeah, franchise just had more ups, but shit, like that nigga BD bang on you too though.
Oh yeah, he would.
I just remember Steve Francis doing all that front flipping shit and all those in the slam dunk contest and all that in 2000.
Man, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the end game.
If Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady had to been so incredible that night,
right, Steve would have won. Yeah, Steve has some nasty dunks.
That's the greatest slam dunk contest.
Oh yeah, of course. 03. Yeah. Yes.
That's my favorite shit.
Nigga, BD at UCLA was ridiculous too.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was at UCLA. Baron Davis was a monster.
Baron Davis, that O'Bannon.
Yep. The O'Bannon disappearing like the O'Bannon, sharper than Shannon. Oh man, that was.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
That was old school. That was that old school Sterling, man. Disappeared like the old bandit, sharper than Shannon.
Repeat that back. I'm sorry.
Oh man. I swear, that's who remind me of the old band is the Morris brothers.
Oh my God! At least the Morris brothers had NBA careers.
Right. They got NBA careers. Well, because the league's soft now. If we would have put them back in the day.
You said Baron Davis had a knee injury for UCLA. No, when he had UCLA, he had those knee injuries. He had a problem with those knee injuries.
That's what he did, like his sophomore year.
Yeah.
Listen, Man, this nigga used to dunk. He used to jump so high, dog.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You knew it was coming. You knew them knee injuries was coming, dog. Like this nigga was a freak on the court. To be that big,
yes.
like you know that husky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you gotta shoot. You gotta shoot Baron Davis some bail. Baron was a monster, dog. Like he was nice. Nobody take that from him, man. He was nice. But, you know, Rob B got to stop smoking that Cleveland shit, man, trying to put Baron Davis over D-Wade. Over D-Wade. It's like, okay, Baron Davis was nice now, but we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You my dog.
Baron Davis used to work D-Wade.
No, he didn't.
D-Wade is better.
No, he didn't.
D-Wade is better.
No.
But that series came down to a last second shot.
Wade beat him.
He said Wade beat him.
No, stop.
No, bro. No.
He said, nah, bro, nah.
Them We Believe Warriors was dope.
They were. They were.
They were.
Cap Jack out here with
Yeah, yeah. You talk about when they played the New Orleans Hornets that year. That's when they became the New Orleans Hornets, but they still were in the East that year. That's what he talking about.
Yeah, they were still the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, Baron Davis dropped. He dropped. Hold on. What the? Oh yeah, he dropped 18 points. He was 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, a block. Yeah, that's good. Davis did his thing. D-Wade was about 15 points. Yep. So they had it was a good going back and forth. Lamar led them all with 16.
Yeah, but that was typical for Baron Davis, about a good 18, 7, and 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Baron Davis with the pop belly.
That was like Baron Davis right there.
The pop belly.
They will bang on you with the pop belly.
Telling you. All belly. Hey, boy, he be dunking on you. Your face get hit by the belly. Like, damn.
Yes.
Niggas be like, you just got banged on by Baron Davis in the pop belly, nigga. Your career over.
They come down with the headband done.
Yeah, like he got it fresh out the stove. That bitch used to be clean, dog. Baron Davis was that guy, man. Because when he gonna go? Did he move? Yeah, wasn't he gonna go to the Clippers and play with Elton Brand? But Brand pulled that whole move.
No, yeah, he
did go to the Clippers, but yeah, Brand bailed out on him. He act like he was gonna sign the contract and then ask for an out and shit.
Oh man,
that's shit.
Because he was going, because he joined the Clippers and Elton fucked them over.
Yeah, like literally fucked them over and shit. Like,
Elton scandalous for that.
Be the booty, nigga.
Yeah, Elton Brand turned out to be a hoe ass nigga. It happens.
Is he still a general manager of Philly?
Yeah, Morley is, ain't he? Morley is now. Brand gone, nigga.
Yeah, he was doing that the We Believe.
Yeah.
I mean, not the We Believe. I mean, what you call it? The
process.
The process.
Process.
Yeah.
What, Philly?
Yeah, Elton Brand was.
Yeah, him and Hanky.
Yeah. Yeah, but that process shit over with. You gotta win now.
Speaking of that, my head a little open on his career. Speaking of that, my head almost blew up because I was watching Star's YouTube today, like earlier today. Some nigga called in because they was talking about sports or whatever. This nigga talking about something the Knicks gotta watch out and avoid the Celtics and the 76ers because they'll get knocked out the playoffs. I was like, nigga, I will kill you. I wanted to jump through the screen. Like,
oh yeah, nah. I was in the live chat with the troll baby. Yeah,
the Celtics.
He said something. No, he said something outrageous. He said Julius Randle is not an MVP. He should get most improved player.
No, he's an MVP. No, he already was an improved
really
player.
Argue that because he don't watch basketball, so it's like,
Yeah, no, I was just saying that was, dude was tripping when he called in because he also said that, and that was complete bullshit. Julius Randle is definitely most deserving.
Every time a nigga call in there and talk about some sports, they don't know what the fuck they be talking about.
For sure, I'm pretty sure they don't.
I mean, the only nigga that really knows sports like that is Brooklyn Kennedy, but I don't like all the other little shit he be doing with the gossiping and the tea and shit and all the giggling.
No.
Oh, no. That's two different niggas. You got Brooklyn Kennedy and Brooklyn Giggles.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn Tickles. Yeah, no, I'm talking about
this nigga named Brooklyn Tickles. Weird, what the hell, Brooklyn Tickles?
Okay, so this nigga, he's one of the co-hosts. His name is Brooklyn Kennedy or whatever, but he giggles a lot, so niggas be calling him Brooklyn Giggles. So he has a troll who calls in and does his voice on some funny shit, and he calls himself like Brooklyn Giggles or Brooklyn Tickles or something, but. I mean, you gotta watch the show. It's funny as fuck.
Oh Lord,
it is funny because that nigga laugh is nuts. The troll, Brooklyn Giggles, like it's
yeah. He calls in imitating the dude, but he's one of these motherfuckers who can't keep a straight face when he's trolling, so he just starts laughing outrageously like Nick was doing earlier when he was choking and shit.
Cause T dumb as hell. T killed that shit. T murked that shit.
My bad.
That boy T so funny, dog. That nigga T.
Burundi is only high on the dog on Wizards because of them. Because the Wizards got garbage Bulls players on the team.
No, but it's like Burundi as well. He tried to shoot Westbrook some bell, dog, and I can't do it. It's like, dude, you've been playing the same since you got in the league.
That nigga plays explosive. You can't that's his. He got one engine, my nigga.
Exactly.
What I'm saying. But other than that,
he knows how to just go, nigga.
Right, but yeah, what we were saying is he's never expanded his game. You know what I mean? He's never
right. If you
I don't expect this from every player. Like that's the thing I just come to realize. I can't expect everything from the same. Like I don't expect every player to be dynamic.
But I agree. I'm a fan of how Westbrook play. I will watch Westbrook all day, but you're not going to win championships that way. It's not conducive to a championship. But if you want to watch as far as entertainment, I watch Westbrook all day. I'll pay to see him over any player because he's going to play hard.
Maybe second. Well, no, third because Kyrie, Steph.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got Kyrie and then,
Steph and Westbrook.
Yeah, Steph and Westbrook. Those would be your
Kyrie,
three guys.
Steph, Westbrook, Dame.
Yeah, Dame,
I like Dame, but niggas hate on Dame. Like, I understand why niggas don't like Dame. I get it because he comes all bitter and shit. But he comes all bitter.
But
I don't really think he's better. I just think niggas is like.
Dame is mad because he don't, like you said, he don't get no respect. And not only that, Dame plays in Portland. Like, there's nothing in Portland. And they don't really push him like that.
Damn thing. No, I understand why he stays. Because he seen, how niggas is, joining forces and shit. Because I remember he said that before he signed. He was like, so I'm going to stay my ass, right here.
Yeah, but it was nothing. It's nothing wrong with joining forces. It's nothing wrong with joining forces, but this is how the old NBA was played. Guys stayed on a team until they got older and they couldn't carry the team no more, like a KG and Ray Allen. So that's when they were like, you know what? I want to go play on another team.
2 more years.
You said what?
This contract is 2 more years.
I think so.
It's Dame's fault.
I bet you'll leave this time. I don't think he's staying again. Hell no, he ain't staying again.
But I'm saying Dame.
Bro, he a loyal dude, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta understand
Kobe.
why he's so loyal.
I'm not saying he's gonna join
LB, hold on. The reason why Dame stays and he's so loyal, in high school he was out of school, they didn't want him. He transferred to another school, St. Joe's, where Jason Kidd went. Coach Lippy didn't think he was good enough. He went to Oakland High, he blew up. He was barely getting recruited. He only got recruited by Weber State, and then his senior year, everybody came calling, but he decided to go with Weber State over the mid majors. You know what I'm saying? Because they were loyal to him. They were the first ones that recruited him. They really wanted him. That's why he stayed in Portland, because they drafted him. They really want him. So he's a loyal dude. He might actually stay.
Right. There's guys who played on the same team and they didn't win anything. Like, if Dirk didn't have that playoff run, he would have went winless, but you wouldn't say Dirk ain't in the top 50 or top 40 best players of all time.
Right.
I'm just saying. Right.
But
so
see, Dame should be, he can't be mad at nobody but himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga's play on the court, man, like, it's atrocious sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
I love Dame and shit, man, but that nigga gets on my lap.
I just think Dame is. I just think that's the way he is. T. I just think if they would have got a real point guard, and this is what I said about Westbrook. If you put a real point guard by them, a la when AI played in Philly, you put Eric Snow there. You know, they could be better than what they really are. But if you're trying to be the primary ball decision guy as well as scoring, you can't do both. It's hard to do that. You have to choose one. You know, it's just that the only reason LeBron got away with it is because he had a killer on the side of him, like D-Wade and Kyrie. And then he had a guy who could score better than he can.
Yeah, but I mean, just even it's like this. You know what I'm saying? You and CJ, you went head up with Steph and Clay. Head up, and you got your fucking head buzzed.
Yeah, they did. It was and they lost to the Pelicans. They lost to the Pelicans that one year with Rondo and AD.
You didn't play well, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't play well.
I will say this though: what if the GM from the Portland Trail Blazers do what the Houston Rockets did with Westbrook? Is like, look, we don't like. I mean, not what Houston Rockets, what the Thunder did with Westbrook. Like, look, like, it's like we're gonna blow up the team and blah blah blah, but we don't want you to stay here, waste your years and blah 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 blah. Like, that's when you think that thing will just be like, it'll just resign somewhere else.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, if they want him to go and win, but I don't know. It depends. But if they do say that, then yeah, I could see him go somewhere else. Because if you're a veteran, you don't want to start all over. Like, you're getting close to the end of your career.
Yeah, and just say
they don't pay him the money he want.
Yeah, now just say just say that does happen. What team do you think he would go to? Think he'll go back to go home? That's if Steph leaves though.
I don't know. I don't think Dame would fit well with other players to me. I think Dame gotta be the guy. And I can see him grooming somebody.
Even going to Oakland if Steph goes somewhere else.
I mean,
I don't know. We're doing on a lot of like what ifs. Like, what if Dame leaves? What if Steph leaves? Based off that, like,
that's a big what if.
Yeah.
That's a big huge if. We're talking about Steph leaving.
No, I don't think Steph gonna be a Warrior forever.
Nah, he gonna be a Warrior. Nah, he retiring a Warrior.
I don't see
Steph leaving like that. Steph,
I think Clay gonna be a Laker.
Where you gonna go, Charlotte?
No,
I think Dame probably go East Coast.
No,
that was crazy. What they gonna do? Trade him to the Raptors
man.
for Fred VanVleet?
Steph's not going nowhere. Steph is staying in.
As long as they're in LA, like they keep pushing for him.
He's not going to F. Dude, Steph would not fit with LeBron James.
TV, bro. You gotta stop.
Right, they making that stuff up.
It's like, I don't want to shit nobody. No, after the season, after the drafts and the trades up and the free agencies I've been seeing lately, I'm like, I don't want to ship out nothing no more. Like,
no, Steph Curry.
This year,
that's y'all that shit made me kind of nervous.
Steph Curry,
but it's gonna be epic. Everybody's a free agent this year. Kawhi's a free agent. Kyle Lowry's a free agent. All these dudes.
Steph Curry is going to go the route Kobe and Dirk and Tim Duncan with. He's staying with one franchise. He's not going nowhere. He's not. And I don't see him going nowhere. Now, Kawhi's not going anywhere. He's in LA. Where else are you gonna go? He's a West Coast nigga. That nigga ain't going nowhere else.
You know, they ain't gonna go back to the fucking Toronto Raptors. I know that shit.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Kawhi's gonna re-sign with the Clippers.
San Antonio.
Kawhi is going to re-sign with the Clippers, and he's gonna stay and retire there.
He only did that to make them niggas sweat, like the whole I want a 2-year and then an option out, and like he was just doing that to make them niggas sweat.
That's
so
how,
like,
dude. He does that so when he gets his next contract, they can pay him more money. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you negotiate.
Exactly. Uncle Dennis ain't no fool.
Right. Uncle Dennis not stupid. He wants to get that money.
I know he wasn't gonna leave. Like he ain't leaving his hometown.
No, and he wants to keep the team competitive.
Yeah, basically.
Hold them to the fire.
Right.
Steph, I feel like you might like be a Warrior fan, but then there's just circumstances like where him and Clay is like, I don't know. If they get like the way, like just say again, if they don't make the playoffs next year, they might just blow the whole shit up.
But they still can make the playoffs this year, and plus, I think they'll make the playoffs next year because they'll be able to move some people and then get some people there. That's all they need.
What really messed up Golden State was really the injuries, dog.
Right. That's what killed them because Wiseman started figuring it out.
But we don't know how Clay gonna come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's probably never gonna be this. He's not gonna be the same Clay come back.
Oh no.
Not developing his players.
Well, at the same time, you got to keep in mind this year we're going to get Minnesota's draft pick this year. So we're going to get the number 4 draft pick. And we got another lottery pick with like the 13th or the 14th pick. Plus Wiggins, we trade him. So we got a lot of incentive. We need to get rid of Wiggins. We got to get rid of Looney. We got to get a bench. I think Damian Lee, Stephen Curry's brother-in-law, he might need to go as well. I know he family. But we got a lot of pieces in play to, you know what I'm saying, move some things around and add to the bench and to the board.
Okay, who are the top 5 draft, like, or who gets the top 5 picks?
The top 5, who gets the top 5 picks is probably going to be the Pistons, we're going to get Minnesota, so us. The Cavs are going to get 6 or 7. No. Houston, Orlando, Minnesota, so Golden State is taking that. OKC and one other team I can't think of.
Is Sacramento bad?
Sacramento's gonna get like the 6 or 7 pick. Yeah.
They don't go by like worse.
Sacramento, they gonna get that boy, HD's boy from Florida State, Scotty Barnes.
Yes, sir. That's my guy.
No, I'm looking at Kay Callaway. You know what I'm saying?
Cab Callaway, that's Nick's guy. You looking at Cade Cunningham.
Oh, Kay Callaway.
They got me right.
He said that's Nick's guy.
Twice now.
Uncle Frank stay got the finger on the trigger, letting it fly.
Yeah, but I don't know who they gonna draft because they saying the Rockets. You know, Cade Cunningham is a 6'7". He's a 6'7" point guard. He's really a small forward, but they got him. You know, he kind of plays the the 1, and then Jalen Suggs does as well. But Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga, he's more of a he can play the 1 and the 2, but he's more of a offensive-minded guy. Jalen Suggs can get guys more involved. So they were saying the Rockets might get him because the Rockets have 3 other picks. They have another lottery pick and another late first-round pick. They were saying they might get Jalen Suggs because they're missing what James Harden was able to do, score and facilitate and get guys open. So they think they might get Suggs over Cunningham.
For Houston?
For Houston.
Yeah, because that'll fit with Christian Wood.
I'm so mad we got rid of him, Dad.
Yeah.
But then they were thinking, Cade Cunningham, he's more like, 6'7" point guard. He can really score, but
he can shoot.
Jalen Suggs, he can really get the team. Yeah, he can shoot. He can shoot, but he doesn't get the team involved as much as Jalen Suggs. So they were thinking they might get Suggs, and then they might pick up Moses Moody or somebody like that from Arkansas and get a shooter in there, and then with the later first round pick, get a big.
Another Arkansas cat, because they just drafted Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
It's gonna be a good draft this year, though. It's not gonna be I don't think anybody's gonna be like a transitional, you know what I'm saying, superstar like that. But they're gonna have a lot of good. It's gonna be a lot of good guys who are gonna be a lot of good, role players and good pieces on teams down the road in the future.
Yeah, everybody waiting on it.
Hey Frank, who they said Orlando might get?
Oh, see, Penn, I got to tell you about that cat, Imani Bates. I watched him twice. I'm not impressed. He is not that good, bro.
Yeah,
he is not in a position. Yeah, he's not in a position to really win and make his team better. He's the best one-on-one with the way. Oh yeah, big time. But with the way the game is played now, with the spacing and everything, he's great at going one-on-one. But his game, he always has to go one-on-one. I haven't even seen him just get in the flow of the offense and come around like a screen and just hit a pull-up jumper. I've only seen him catch and shoot a three. Everything is one-on-one. But he clouds. He distorts the team's offense. He takes away the rhythm. He gets guys with his team will be. Running the ball, they'll be passing the ball, they'll be screening and moving. He'll come in, guys will start standing around, and his defense is terrible. One-on-one, he can't guard anybody. He can't guard any position, down low, on the wing, and he has no idea how to rotate and help, but he's like the best one-on-one player. So they are hiding this cat. He's going to get exposed at the collegiate level.
Wow. How tall is he?
6'8", 6'9".
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of lanky, But yeah, Uncle Frank, me, you're on the same page, man. I mean, I said for the longest, I like Jaden Hardy better than all these cats that's been getting talked about.
I like that white boy.
Yeah. He's nice. I don't know if he's number one. I like that kid Amari Bailey. I think the best player in the country right now is Chet Holmgren, the big man. But for Imani's class, I like Amari Bailey. That's on that team with Bronny.
Yeah, I remember seeing him play. He's pretty nice. I was pretty impressed with him.
Yeah, he's from Chicago, so he get down.
Oh my God. Hey, who they say Orlando gonna go after? Uncle Frank.
Either Evan Mobley or Jalen Suggs. Either the big man from USC or the shooting guard from came out of high school in the D League.
Oh man, I want the big man. I don't want the shooter. We already got a shooter.
I don't even think the Knicks is like really involved in the top picks either, because I think we traded down when we got certain players during the trade.
Straight, y'all guys are in
y'all got the 21st pick, and y'all gonna be real interesting because y'all got the 21st pick, and in the later first round, it's gonna be a lot of point guards. It's gonna be a lot of guards available. So y'all gonna be in a position to get Sharif Cooper, the cat from Alabama. He might be nice for y'all because he was averaging about 9 assists. I could really see him getting involved in, throwing Obi Toppin a lot of lobs and shit. But so then y'all could also get Trey Man from Florida. He's about 6'5". Who?
Nah, so you think like we're gonna get like a sleeper point, like the sleeper point guard or something like that, where he can just blow up? Or is it gonna be a role play?
I mean, y'all might. I'm saying with this draft, it's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a couple of. It's gonna be like 4 or 5 point guards around the later first round who are decent players. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all gonna get a chance to get a good point guard. Y'all might get Sharif Cooper from Alabama. Y'all might get Trey Man from Florida. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of guards for y'all to get the point guard y'all need. Because y'all, Derrick Rose ain't finna come back. You know what I'm saying? He might not come back.
You think he ain't coming back?
Good backup point guard. You said what?
You think he ain't coming back?
I don't know. Is he? Y'all need a point. Y'all need some point guard. Y'all need a point guard, and then I don't know if he coming back. Yeah, he might be questionable. So,
I don't know. I think they would get rid of Elfrid Payton than Derrick
Yeah,
Brunson.
I think
It was just
close.
close.
A lot of the players that's on the Knicks is trade bait. That's why he signed all them damn players. Like Leon Rose signed all them damn players because he gonna know they're gonna be gone next year.
Right.
I know what he's doing because like this year we just turned out to be good. So, but everything was more relying on the second year. So I don't. It's interesting, like to see what they're gonna do. I just hope Carcino's wrong about that Schroeder shit.
What Charlotte?
That Schroeder shit got me fucking nervous as fuck. Like,
y'all about to get the blonde haired German. Y'all about to get the blonde haired German.
Nah, nigga, we don't need no.
Y'all gonna get the blonde haired German.
Y'all gonna get Schroeder, then y'all gonna draft probably that cat from Alabama I was talking about, Shareef Cooper. That's gonna be your backup point guard.
Alabama.
Lonzo, we off the tape. Like Lonzo, it was like, yeah, we probably that's like a maybe, but Charlotte got plans for that nigga. So, I definitely think the marketing is there. With Charlotte.
No, I got. If Lonzo goes to Charlotte, they gonna get LiAngelo on the team too.
Exactly. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. HD, we keep like, bro, we like 3 light skinned. I'm like, hey, listen. Charlotte needs the money. This is more of a money move.
Of course, it's
they win games in the process, cool, but it's more money. It's more about the money with Charlotte.
Yeah, you got the three ball brothers playing together. Yeah,
3 ball brothers, Gordon Hayward and what's her name? Fucking
Rose.
Terry Rose. John gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. I don't care.
3 light-skinned niggas on the same team, and only one out of them 3 is gonna be tough.
They might improve. I mean, Lonzo improved in terms of assists, but I mean, LaMelo is the best one of the 3, and Jello
we know that.
probably improved while playing.
We know that.
Yeah, LaMelo lived up to being the number 3 pick, whereas Lonzo, he should have never been the number 2 pick.
Not at all.
Well, you know why he was the number 2 pick due to his pops. Well,
due to his pops hyping him up, but he wasn't better than none of. I didn't think he was better than De'Aaron Fox at point guard.
Hell no!
Didn't he come in the same class as Trae Young?
No. Trae Young came a year after or before.
Yeah, he came a year after.
Yeah, him and Luka. Yeah.
He was in the Lonzo Balls in the 2017 draft.
Yeah, with Jason Tatum. With Tatum and all of them.
That was a good class.
Okay, got it.
That was a nice class.
That's what this draft. Hey, low key, that's what this draft class is gonna be like. The 17.
Nigga, that draft was 2017 was stacked, dog.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, 2017 was better
than Jonathan Isaac was in 2017, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
His problem is he can't stay healthy.
Right. Very versatile player, man.
Oh yeah, he's nice. I mean, if he stays healthy, we'll be fine. But he gets hurt. That's our auxiliary player. He can play the inside and the outside, and he can handle the ball.
Right.
So he's a nightmare.
Did y'all see the new nigga they got for the Nets?
Who?
For
Mike James.
Yeah.
Or Alizé Johnson or Mike James, one of them.
Yeah, Mike James, I think his name is
Mike James straight. I watched him the other night. He pretty good.
I was like, okay. They got somebody that replaced Marcus. So.
Yeah, I heard Anthony Davis got baptized.
Oh yeah, he did.
That Japanese nigga came in there with the camera.
Hachimura. Hachimura.
He went for the end of the dragon on his ass.
Oh shit!
What y'all?
God damn! So
it was on a fast break. He took off from the block, and when he did, he had his left arm up. So when he dunked on him, his forearm went into his face like he was giving a Muay Thai elbow.
Did this nigga say Muay Thai elbow?
Yeah, Grossman thought he could block it, man.
Uncle Frank is coming with the heat tonight, man.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Yeah.
He said it was embarrassing.
They sent him down because Donnie got restrictions.
The rough man didn't get it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see how the NBA can push this Lakers team to the finals, man. They bad, man.
They are bad.
Bro, they heading towards the play-in, but I know the NBA ain't gonna allow that. But God,
I heard Jerry West said some shit about LeBron.
What's that?
I heard Jerry West said calling that.
Oh, you talking about because LeBron was praising the New York Knicks, and then Jerry West was like, "Where's the competitiveness at?" God, like it's like everybody's friendly and want to give each other a high five instead of going to war, because every time he stepped on the court, it was a war.
Right. Come on, bro. That's real.
I know he got fined.
Who?
Jerry West.
For what? Why is he gonna get fined for telling the
Jerry
truth?
West is the logo. He ain't getting fined.
I mean, he's the logo. He's not gonna get fined for that shit. It's the truth. Like the dude in the soft. This
we gonna see who got more power.
I seen it was a cop in L.A., a black cop in L.A. He was calling LeBron out, talking about he wanna sit down face to face and have a talk.
For what?
Why? Because of that shit he said. I don't have a problem with what LeBron said with the that shit. I don't give I was like, whatever. I just said, hey, whatever. Like the nigga look goofy.
LB, you will never be anybody's agent. If you didn't have a problem with that, you will never be anybody's agent.
I don't give a fuck. I hate cops. You know this.
That's why.
If that nigga catch a bookie to the fucking face.
Okay, but LB, this man makes money. He makes money from those guys who support the cops. That support the cops, and that he makes his money from them. And you do that, that's a bad look, and you lose sponsors and money.
I seen that other goofy shit with the cop too, where he was pretending like he was talking LeBron or whatever. And then he tried to bring up the black on black crime argument with the whole. I'm like, oh, here we go again, with this dumb shit. Like,
LB, do you know what the difference between that cop? LB, do you know what the difference between that cop and LeBron James is?
Right.
The difference is, even though LeBron makes hundreds of millions of dollars and that cop doesn't, LeBron is still a minority, and that cop is a part of the majority.
Right.
You understand how that goes? He's still a minority.
Right.
Right. Well, that nigga want to put his career on the line. It is what it is. I don't talk about the cop.
He's a part of the majority.
Was he LAPD?
He's a part of the majority. He's not a minority. He's a part of the majority. He ain't putting shit on the line.
Right. Oh, from the cop, though.
Fraternal order of protection.
Yeah. The cops stay together and all that shit.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Biggest gang in the nation. They sit together from station to station.
Yeah, because you saw that story I did, Frank, about on Vallejo. They were threatening the reporter, saying they was going to call their buddies in Atlanta to fuck him up.
Yeah, that's how Vallejo get down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They one of the most corrupt precincts. They probably the most corrupt precinct in the Bay Area.
Yeah, all these cops are effed up, man. They can call people from other cities and get your ass knocked off and shit. That shit crazy.
I remember when I used to live out there for a minute. I remember the big talk. It was one guy that had in the papers back then. It was like 2011, 2012 maybe. He was going around. He was harassing certain drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Robbing them, all kind of things. Couldn't get him fired. He just would get transferred every time.
Wow.
One day they're just gonna come across them wrong niggas. Them niggas that's ready to gun it out with the cops, which has happened 2 weeks ago. Yeah, nigga pulled out the Drake on them niggas.
I mean, shit, bro. In Oakland, we had a cat over here in the '70s. He had the record for a certain time until that Dallas shit happened, for the amount of police that was killed today. But that's the problem. That's why the police are so militarized now. They pulling up with tanks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. They got them in New York. They be pulling up with the tanks and shit, when terrorist threats happen and all that shit. in helicopters. They just be mad extra. But then they be like, I remember the one dude in Queens, like some random nigga in Queens caught 2 cops lacking just sitting in the car, and he fucking blasted through the car window and clapped all them niggas, and they shut down the whole street from Queens to Brooklyn.
You talking about recently? You talking about that?
This was recent. It was like what, 2017, 18?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking you're talking about that old school that
like that cop
Supreme
is
Team
like
shit that led to the gang injunction and all that shit.
Yeah, New York known for cop killing, especially Queens. Queens got bodies on cops. Like, niggas be pulling up on cops at GameStop, blasting them and shit.
At GameStop?
Yeah, you put like, I think that happened in 2017 where a nigga walked into GameStop and clapped the cop while he was buying a game or some shit.
God damn. You bought the wrong game, nigga. Bop.
We'll go ahead out, y'all.
All right, man.
Alright. Yeah, these cops be acting mad tough. I'll be like, y'all niggas is mad pussy. Like, that's why that nigga, like one of the chiefs that said shoot 50 Cent on site or whatever, because he was claiming that 50 was threatening him.
Oh yeah, I remember that bullshit.
Yeah, because he got fucking Lush shut down. He got Club Lush shut down because he kept harassing them niggas and shit. And then 50 got mad about that shit, and then that's what he was like, I fear for my life. Like, nigga, shut up.
He said, nigga, shut up. He said, nigga, shut up. Shut up.
That's why I was like, when Cino was talking about Envy and shit, I'm like, well, I never had an altercation with Envy's pops. I don't think I ever met Envy's pops. So, that nigga never did, like, he never, like, rolled up on me or whoever I know. I think he was, like, the cop that had to watch other cops. I think that was his job or some shit.
Internal Affairs?
Yeah, he was like a chief, but he was also on the other side, like his other job was like him watching Dirty Cops or something.
Oh, he's Internal Affairs then.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he is. He IA.
I mean, that's why Envy's such a bitch now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and he, you know, Cino called him out on that shit. How he was bragging. He had that, you know, that little badge and shit.
I remember when he did that shit. I remember when
I don't watch this shit, so I don't remember when he did it.
No, Envy did this like this is before the Brothers Club. This is like when he working for Hot 97, like when he had beef with Star and shit. This was like back then.
He had beef with Star?
What did he have beef with Star over?
He got Star fired from Power 105.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I heard that shit live. I remember that shit. I heard that shit when that shit happened in 06.
Nah, I remember the shit. Star had beef with Big Tigger. He was airing that nigga out and shit like, yo, you wanna go outside, faggot?
Damn.
The thing is with Star and Envy, that shit was crazy because one Star said something about coming on his fucking daughter or some fucking shit he said. It was so crazy. He was saying some wild shit. And then they tried to spin that into like child endangerment or some dumb shit. And they got him fired.
Oh,
and he had out in handcuffs too. He was in handcuffs too when he had to leave the damn station. Because he wouldn't leave or some shit.
What, Star said he was gonna smash Envy daughter?
Yeah, something about that, and then she'll be calling me daddy or whatever. And then he called his wife a half cake something. That shit was crazy.
Damn.
That nigga's wild. That's the nigga who fucking played airplane crash effects on the leader, dog.
Wow.
When Aaliyah died. And then Jay-Z dissed him in that diss record. I mean, well, he dissed him in the Aaliyah remix. Missing You record.
Oh.
I mean, shit, he an open hater. He open about it.
Yeah. But that's too overboard, man.
Niggas on the fuck his ass. Niggas on the fuck his ass up with that elite shit.
Yeah, that's too overboard, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to do what you do, but you gotta let the dead rest, man. You gotta let the dead rest, cause karma a motherfucker.
That nigga don't give a fuck.
Oh, I know he don't. I mean, shit, I understand.
Yeah, she don't give a damn.
Yeah, I know niggas that's like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's still disrespectful, but yeah, you're right. He don't give a fuck.
I think Dame, because Dame was dating Aaliyah at the time when all that shit was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the Dame address. I think Dame approached him. I think, from what I remember. Like, I know Jay approached him one time. So.
No, I know he dissed Jay.
I know Nori had issues with him.
Nori got issues with everybody.
I remember Nori came up there with the blicky. He came up to the radio station with the blicky ready to fucking go.
Nori got issues, period.
That nigga's nuts. Nori's nuts. I'll give him that. That's a wild nigga.
Oh yeah, Nori is, yeah.
That nigga got shot at in 09. That nigga did a fucking backflip cartwheel, whatever the fuck he did. Just fucking dodged the bullet. I think he got hit once. But then he had to end up doing time for that for shooting him.
Yep.
That shit wild. Oh, by the way, there's another video game movie coming out.
What's that?
It completely slipped my mind when we talked about Mortal Kombat. Uncharted.
They making a movie for that?
Yeah, Tom Holland's gonna be Nathan Drake.
Oh God, they gonna fuck it up.
I was like, why the fuck did they get Tom Holland?
Right. They got Spider-Man.
Because the argument that niggas don't even like Tom Holland like that is Spider-Man. And I'm like, I'm trying to give this nigga a chance. But Disney makes Spider-Man look so weak. It's like...
I mean, Tom Holland's playing the Spider-Man that, you know, that was in high school and all that shit. So I understand. I mean, I don't know. He's all right. He ain't bad.
That nigga running around Mr. Stark. I'm like, dog, they killing my nigga Spider-Man. Like,
well, he was like that because you gotta understand, Spider-Man, like he was so much younger than everybody. Spider-Man was like in high school. Remember, like when he got his powers and shit. So a lot of those characters are older. Like Stark, he looks up to them guys. So he used to call him Mr. Stark in the comic book. I remember that because my brother used to read Deadpool a lot, and then he would grab a Spider-Man just to grab it. But he was more of a Deadpool guy. He didn't really like Spider-Man, but he would grab it, and I would read it with him. He would read his Deadpool. I read that shit. But he's
they doing oh yeah, but Tobey Maguire will be in the next Spider-Man movie. Apparently.
Yeah, I think him and Garfield gonna be in it.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah, all three of them gonna be in it. Which would be fun to see. Like everybody's saying, it's gonna be like the cartoon that was the multiverse shit.
Yeah, niggas think that. Well, niggas say Tobey Maguire's the GOAT. So the GOAT Spider-Man. I mean, I could probably say yeah, probably.
Yeah. He was a better Peter Parker.
Garfield
was the better Spider-Man, but Tobey was the better Peter Parker. He was the way better Peter Parker.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. Andrew Garfield, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Garfield, like as Spider-Man, he was actually Spider-Man, but Peter Parker, he was too arrogant to be Peter Parker to me. Tobey Maguire was exactly like Peter Parker, like not sure himself, was always doubting himself and things like that, was nervous. So if you could have made him one person, that would have been a hell of a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And Tom
that's
Holland.
Gonna be interesting because the movie come out December.
Yeah. But Tom Holland's straight. I mean, he's not bad and stuff, you know. I don't know why people really don't like him. I mean, he that's who he is.
They just think he's too soft. And then the stuff he said, like outside of the movie, like I think some Hollywood reporter, like a gay reporter, like a black dude or whatever, asked him about, do you think one day there will be like Spider-Man could be like trans or some shit? And I'm like,
trans? Oh. Why would you make a Spider-Man trans?
I'm like, here we go. And then this nigga Tom was like, yeah, I think he could be like a transgender, a gay Spider-Man. And I'm like, oh my god.
Well,
please,
he had to say that. He had to say that because of the people he probably is in business with. If he says anything wrong, you gotta understand, this ain't me and you, LB, because if they asked us, we'll be like, hell no. But he has to be more politically correct because he got money involved. And the people he with hold his checks. So I understand why he said what he said. Me and you would have been like a hell to the no.
I wouldn't have reacted with a hell nah. I would have probably made a meme out of it. I probably would have just had this look in my face.
Right. You would have.
And I probably wouldn't even said nothing. I would just walked off.
Yeah. Hey, Rob B.
I would have been like, fuck nah, but you know, you gotta promote that agenda to help confuse the kids, but that's some bullshit.
Right. Rob B.
They ain't gonna stop till Superwoman. They ain't gonna stop till Wonder Woman gonna be a man. Superman gonna be a woman.
Rob B.
Aquaman gonna be a transgender mermaid.
Man, Rob B there, that motherfucker sleep. Rob B.
Spider-Man gonna be fucking animals.
Right, Clem. Rob B with it.
Spider trans.
So they made that nigga what's his name? What's that nigga
Man, Rob B sleep.
What's my nigga name?
He probably dreaming about Cleveland.
that nigga for Han Solo's boy.
Oh, Sterling, you said that nigga dreaming about Cleveland.
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, a pansexual. I'm like, the fuck?
A pansexual? What the hell?
Remember when they tried to settle Billy D. Williams with all those damn weird ass questions like, gender fluid and shit? He didn't know what the fuck that meant, so he just said like, yeah, that sounds cool. Like,
I was like, yo, wild.
Right. I don't know.
Fucking wild.
Yeah. Hey,
and
Clem.
Then that nigga backpedal. He didn't backpedal. He was like, he reinstated himself. Like,
yeah. Hey, Clem.
Yeah.
What you think about the quarterbacks in this draft? Because I didn't get a chance to ask you. I know you were busy earlier, probably, but who you think is who do you like or don't? Or because me, I don't like none of their asses, but I just think Lance and the guy from Florida is pretty good, and Justin Fields is okay. So who do you feel? Do you feel Trevor's the best out of all of them, or you think all these quarterbacks overrated?
To be honest, I haven't been paying attention to the draft. So.
Oh, okay.
When is the draft?
Tomorrow.
I saw what Trevor Lawrence said though. That shit was kind of concerning.
Yeah, it is. Well, today is later on today.
HD, let me ask you this. I seen some bullshit. They tried to say Trevor Lawrence is the most polished prospect we've seen since Andrew Luck. What you think about that?
No, because Andrew Luck, you knew Andrew Luck was a sure pick, number one. Like, there was no doubt. You knew from watching Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, for one, he was consistent. The only reason they was picking RG3 because RG3 had that raw 1 year, but the previous other years he was always hurt. But Trevor Lawrence to me is more like he's like Ken Dorsey from the Miami Hurricanes. Like, he has all that talent around him. You don't really know how good he is until he's thrown in the fire, like, with a team. But nobody's really sure about him. But I don't think he's a sure pick like Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, we knew he was going to be good, but I don't see it out of this kid. I think that's a lie. I think that's just some media mumbo jumbo trying to hype him up. Because he the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white boy.
Right. Have they been talking about that dude, Najee Williams?
The running back?
Yeah.
Najee straight. I think Najee is a later first-round pick or early second round. But whoever he goes to, he'll be fine. Remember, he got hurt in the national title game. So that kind of messed Ohio State up. Ohio State probably could have won it if he ain't get hurt.
Yeah.
But he's good. But I don't see Trevor Lawrence. Like, I just don't see Trevor Lawrence being that guy. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it.
First of all, the motherfucker look like Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Right. Right. That nigga look just like Sunshine. So I don't know. They hyping him up and shit. I just think they hyping him up because he white and they feel like he's the sure pick and stuff. You know how they hype up all these white guys. Now they're saying the kid that's going to the Jets, Zach Wilson, they said that he's like Patrick Mahomes. So
that'll be good for the Jets.
Huh?
I said that'll be good.
What you think about the kid from North Dakota State?
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is gonna be like Carson Wentz. You don't know anything about him until you see him play. And Josh Allen, he's like those guys. I think he's gonna be okay if he goes to the right team. But he's not. You don't know what he's gonna be. It's not as sure. All these guys got question marks. That's how I feel.
Do you think who got the number one? Who got the top 3 draft picks?
Jacksonville, New York, and
New York Jets.
Yeah, New York Jets. Okay. The third pick is hold on, I got it right here. The third pick is San Francisco. They got that from Miami in a trade. They're saying Trevor Lawrence is going to Jacksonville, Zach Wilson to the Jets, Trey Lance or Mac Jones to or Justin Fields to San Francisco. But I'm hearing either Trey Lance or Mac Jones. I'm hearing the Falcons are going to try to trade out of that pick. The Bengals are going to get Kyle Pitts, the tight end out of Florida. Miami, I think, is going to get Devontae Smith from Alabama.
Alabama wide receiver.
Yeah, the Lions, I think, going to get that offensive lineman, Northwestern. The Panthers are trying to probably trade out that pick, or they may pick up Patrick Surtain Jr. The Broncos, they might trade out that pick, or they might go after. They just got Teddy Bridgewater in the trade, so they're probably going to go get a weapon for him on offense. Dallas is going to probably get the cornerback, J.C. Horn, which is Joe Horn's son. The Giants, I think they're going to get a defensive guy or an offensive lineman. The Eagles are going to go get a defensive back. The Chargers, I think they need a running back to help Justin Herbert out. So that's how I look at how that's going to go.
Who you think the best defensive prospect in the draft is?
Hold on. Let me see. I think it's Surtain. Not Surtain. I can't think of that guy's name. Hold on. Everybody is saying Christian Barmore. He's the defensive tackle out of Alabama. But me, I think in my opinion, because I really ain't watched that much last year, but my brother, he watches like all day. I think it's okay, why is this thing not going back? Oh Lord. Okay, all right, they're saying Alabama's Christian Barmore, but I think the top guy is going to be I think it's going to be either Surtain or the kid Newsome. And those are DBs. I think the DBs are going to have the best class on defense this year. D lineman, I would say, is probably second. Middle linebackers are third. So that's how I look at it.
That's what it is. What pick do my Raiders got? The 17th?
Yeah, the Raiders have the 17th pick. I think they going
I've heard
after.
reports we were getting a safety, we were getting a linebacker. I know we definitely need work on defense. We also need some offensive tackles as well. Help block.
Yeah, y'all need to go after an O-line. But to me it's different because the first round you want to pick who's the best available. From the second,
right, I think they said we were getting a safety.
Right, the second round to the 7th. That's how you build your team. You build the shape of your team. That's how you're supposed to do it. I think it's safety. I think you guys are targeting what's his name? I just saw him. Trayvon Morig out of TCU. I think you guys are targeting him at safety. I think he's the best safety in the class. But yeah, I think you guys will take the next step. I really think you guys can win the West this year if y'all put the pieces together. Because you guys are long overdue to win the West. Just my opinion.
Shit, I agree with you. But yeah, bro, I'm about to slide on up out of here. It's been real. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah, me too, man. You guys be safe.